Okie dokie! Time for some more testing! And I'm probably gonna have to turn off Steam. Alrighty. So, this season's build, the brand new content is the Ford GT GTE, the Ferrari 488 GTE, and for tracks we got the Myrtle Beach Half Mile. I'm going to be going through and testing each one. And as tradition, since we're starting out with the Ford GT GTE, my little tradition is that I always put them at Watkins Glen to first start them out. And in case Mr. John Ulmer is watching the stream, I will call this car by its appropriate name, the Ford GT GTE prototype car. So oh, there he is. So let's give it a go. Unfortunately, the car's gonna be plain white because as of right now, the paints won't save on the website. So yeah, so it's probably just gonna be a plain white car or a default paint job. Let's look around in the car a little bit. I have all my mirrors off, so the rear view camera is not going to be active. I could probably turn that on. Let's see, there we go. Nothing special up there. Turn down there. So yeah, very nice steering wheel. I do like that steering wheel a lot. I heard about that traction control 1 and 2. That was a nice little handy thing. I believe it has something to do with how much... Like, one of them is traction control coming out of the corner, one is just general traction control, like just general tire spin. I'm not sure yet, but I think it's in the tool tips. Let's go look at that real quickly. Oh yeah, let's look at the baseline setup here. Yep, it's got one for now. Okay, so ARBs, settings, soft, medium, stiff, outer diameter. Interesting. Alright, setting 1 is default setting for overall traction control in-car support dial. Setting 1 has the most support, setting 11 has the least support, setting 12 is off. Okay, 2. Okay, so they lateral traction control, so I guess it's tire spin in a straight line. I think that would mean, right? Or no, it's in the corner, I would assume. Whatever. So this has got torsion bars and lots of shock adjustments on it. So this is going to be a fun car to set up and play around with. I have not loaded up the Ferrari yet, so we'll discover that car by itself. Oh, this has a fully adjustable gearbox. That's awesome. I missed that. Okay. Whoa. Oh wow, they have a whole notes section on the car. What? That's cool. Pit lane display. The dash display automatically changes the pit limiter boost knob. That's nice that there's a notes page and it's got a bunch of notes on it already. I hope the Ferrari has that too. So this has got the wheel lockup lights like the Porsche does. While the engine revs safely to 7,300, the target shift point is 6,600 RPMs. This is because WEC mandated boost map doesn't reward running at higher revs. Okay. All right. Let's get out there. We'll worry about the technical part of it later. Actually, I'll turn on the rear view camera too, so you can see that while I'm thinking of it. Hopefully, it doesn't lag my computer too much. So let's see what happens if I put one on. Okay, that's my left mirror. Options. Okay, how many mirrors do I have to put on in order for this thing to come on? I guess just put 4. If it lags too much, I'll turn it back down. Alright, so pit limiter. Just turn off F1 for now. Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, I'll tell you when you're locking the wheels. It's even got the tire pressures too. I like that. Just like the HPD does. You don't see that much in GT cars. Probably using just a little bit too much brake. I've had to adjust my brake because I got a stock pair of G27 pedals, and I'm gonna get them eventually changed. I actually do have a set of OSWs. I just gotta redo my entire room. Like right now, I've got a G27 hooked up to a wheel stand, and with the new pedals, they don't fit on the wheel stand, so I gotta build something for it. And right now, I've just been too lazy to do that. Sure, my volume's up. So far, it seems to be handling curbs and bumps okay. That was a big concern of mine. I wonder why I'm not getting MPG on my thing yet. Then again, I haven't completed a lap yet. So good to see that it's got the session best lap for its time display. The BMW had that too. So I think the Mercedes and Audi did too. So I'm glad that they have that kind of thing. Yeah, I will compliment the car on this one. I do really like that steering wheel. Buttons are laid out kind of neat. The text is nice and bright, so I mean, you can really see everything. The display's it got a nice layout to it too.
46.26.
So 4.84. So that was a full lockup. Has a little, the baseline set has a little turn in understeer, but if you're a little bit too hard on the brakes, it kind of snaps a little bit, so I'll have to be adjusted out. Probably turn that traction control down. That. Usually I use 2 or 3. I didn't look up the thing on the engine map or the boost map, so I'll leave those alone for right now.
46.45.
Seems to be actually a pretty quiet car. I do like it though that when you get into bumps or you're going through the lower gears, you can really hear the car kind of, you hear the revs, not fluid. They're kind of jumping all over the place, which is, realistic. Yeah, there's a little understeer in the setup. Not too bad though. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about making the perfect setup right now. Right now it's just more of a test. Give a little opinion on it. Coming out of that corner, I did hear the traction control kicking on. It was very faint. I don't know if it picked up on the stream, but yeah. I don't know if I'm even doing good lap times.
46.31.
Knowing the fast guys, they're probably in the 44s, 43s already. But right now, I'm just trying to drive it around, not killing it just yet. One thing I will like about the GTE class is, there's the same reason why I like the GT1s. Oops, wrong way. God dang it. Was, they had some assistance like traction control, but they didn't have ABS and throttle shaping and all that other stuff. The car was more driven by electronics than it was the driver. I don't know, maybe that's just my opinion. So with these two brand new cars, I really hope I enjoy these cars. I should though. I ran the GT2 class at least a season, because that was the last season. Ford GT was in the Ford GT2 was in IMSA, and then I ran a couple other races in it too throughout the Proto GT years or seasons that I ran. I enjoyed that car. It's a wonky car, but like once you got it tied down, it was a lot of fun. So. Alright, let's bring her in. So let's see, TC. Yeah, see, TC1, it all changed on the wheel. I mean, iRacing's been doing that for a while, so. Anything happen with the screen when you change off the ignition? Okay. That's kind of cool. You turned off the ignition, all the electronics, including the screen, shut off. Yeah, I can turn out the virtual mirror, can I? I think the virtual mirror, though, is less taxing than the car mirrors, I believe, isn't it? That and I really wish I could just have the rear view screen on and not the other mirrors, because you have to turn on the two mirrors. And I know if I run one or two of the mirrors on the car, when you have a full field of cars out there, it lags bad. I don't know with this build. I haven't really tested that out yet, but I know I always had to run with mirrors off on my system, so I don't know. See, I just gotta get used to those brakes. I will say though, at least for this car, I'm gonna try out the Ferrari here in a minute. At least with this car, the brakes aren't too sensitive, you know, because the Nissan GTP and the Audi, man, there's a very, very fine line between braking and locking up the brakes. This car seems to be, like in that corner, you can kind of see it. Yeah, you can kind of see where I give the brakes a little stab and then I get off. Basically, I'm trying to get that weight on the front end as fast as possible, and then go into my normal braking. You do that in like the Porsche, and the Porsche just hates everything about it, you know. So that's actually the way that I drive the GT1 cars, both Aston and Corvette. So it's good to see that that can transfer over to this class. Okay. So it looks like they're aiming probably for about 165 kPa, about 24 psi. Not quite sure yet if that's it. So this can go from 0 to 5. Okay, so cold weather at Watkins Glen, you probably want to just go down to 2. Probably can reduce me. If I were to reduce anything, it'd just probably be 6 gear, just by a little bit right now. So that will lower the ride heights. No, it'll increase the ride heights. Okay. So that's not treated as an offset. It's a torsion bar, so yeah. Torsion bar preloads. So that can also adjust the ride heights too. Oh, that's kind of neat. You can really fine tune it. Let's see if I have a little bit too much understeer in the car on entry. Let's see, tow's fine. I might have to find it somewhere else because these are, I don't know. Maybe not worry about it too much right now. Okay, so they're at 0. That's good. Campers. Okay. Just curious. Alright, let's go out and try that out. Maybe... I'll worry about major setup changes right now. I'll do that later. Get going! Oh, I was gonna read the boost map. I was gonna read the boost map and engine map. Okay, boost map. You change the setting while on track. Setting 1 corresponds to base for any WEC spec limits. Other boosts reduce peak boosts. Other settings reduce peak boosts. They are intended to limit wheel spin at launch from the pit box. So this keeps mentioning WEC specs. I wonder if that means iRacing's doing something with WEC now. I don't think they've ever mentioned it. Okay, so setting 1 is full engine mapping. 2 through 11 saves fuel. 12 is safety car. Okay. Yeah, there's gonna be a little crossfade just because of the tire pressures being off. Probably just go out and run two or three more laps. And then I'll switch over to the Ferrari. Love the placement of that rear view mirror though, or the rear view camera. That is like in the perfect spot. I've seen on a lot of the newer cars. I'll have to go into a test session. You know, I imagine we'll be having people will be hosting sessions. I'm wondering if that rear view camera has like I know I've seen it on the Porsche. I think the Corvette's got it, where if somebody's in your blind spot, the rear view camera will let you know that they're there. I wonder if we got that on here. So I reduced the traction control and got rid of that positive toe in the back, and I'm like up a second on my lap already. So there you go. Put it back to neutral toe, and you're gonna be about a second quicker already. I mean, I adjusted the tire pressures, but that was by a half a psi. That's not a major difference. It's half a psi on one tire. Anything else I adjust? Oh yeah, the transmission. I shortened 6th gear a little bit, but that wouldn't have got the top speed through these corners. So yeah, there you go. Already near 44s already.
45.08.
So I lied. If I'm doing 45s, hitting 44s, fast guys will be 43s, 42s. Default gears seem to be pretty good for Watkins Glen at least. Ah, screwed up that corner. I was gonna try to get into the 44s. Well, there you go. Used to get into the 44s.
44.82.
But yeah, elaborating on the when I was talking about in the tooltips and stuff like that, they keep mentioning the WEC regulations. If they pair up with WEC, man, that'd be awesome, because maybe that would be a better chance to get the LMP1 classes and maybe a modern P2 car. I mean, I wouldn't hold my breath. I mean, like I said before, I've said this many times before, when it comes to a modern LMP1, I'll believe it when I'm downloading it. Because those modern LMP1s, they're pretty much, at this point, just as advanced as the Formula 1 cars are. And I mean, the only Formula 1 cars we got were, you know, backmarker Formula 1 cars. So, you know, the McLaren MP430, it is fun, but this is also the car that breaks down constantly. Well, it did in real life all the time, so we'll have to see if we could ever get one, because I think the only two players right now is Toyota and Porsche, and they're both pretty competitive right now. I mean, we probably could bag the Audi, but I don't know if that would ever happen. Or if we would ever want that, because it's still technically up to
44.
these regulations, but you know, it's obviously retired because of the whole Volkswagen emissions thing. Alright. Alright, so tire pressures are looking almost equal. I'll worry about that later. I'm just gonna save that right now. Watkins Glen. Emit. Let me actually just put boot in. Because classic boot, I definitely would want to change a few things. Alright. Alright, so as a warning, the screen's going to go blank for a minute. It's because I'm switching over. Should pop right back up. I got a solid state drive, so it doesn't take long to do all the little stuff. Yeah, there it goes already. So now it is time to test out the Ferrari GTE. This is the 488 version. I was kind of hoping we were going to get the GT3 spec one with it, but it looks like we're just going to get the GTE/GTLM version right now. So the Ford paint didn't save, but apparently the Ferrari paint saved. Okay, whatever. Alright, so let's see what this set looks like too. Okay. So this has got the offsets. You can change the LED strips on the night. Oh, we might have to play around with that. As tradition, though, I go to Watkins Glen first. So right now, we got to stay at this track. So. Two independent settings for the traction control. Traction control 1 controls the slip at which the system activates. At the lower settings, the system activates at lower slips. Traction control 2 controls how aggressively the system intervenes. At lower settings, the system is more aggressive. Oh, that's really cool. Wheel lock-up lights, just like that. Launch control. Brake display. However, the size of the display is shown 3 digits as a result. For English students, we had to adapt to the power boxes in recovery mode. 2 entries to the power box. 1 entry recovery mode. Interesting. Okay, so this has got a fully adjustable gearbox. I'll do what I did with the Ford and just turn down the 6th gear for now. So this one's a little bit more simple. Lots and lots of positive toe. So we'll have to see how the car feels. I always go down like 2 clicks on the base set right away. So this has got a traditional like Formula rim. This does have a rear view camera. Is off to the left there. Unfortunately, it's like right in the middle of the bezel for my triple monitors. That's a little annoying. Let's see. Nothing to show up here. Might as well show her anyway. Tell it's a Ferrari sound, just doesn't have that V8 aggressiveness that makes the Ferrari awesome. Those brake lights are nice and loud. I like that. Alright, let's go out there and try her out. I'm gonna say this right now. I mean, I've only taken like a half a lap. This thing is easy to drive. This is ridiculous. It's a little understeery mid-center. But I also saw positive 4 toe, and I'm going to get rid of that. I guaranteed that's what it is. Car just doesn't snap like I want it to. Yeah, I'm gonna say that in my opinion so far, the Ferrari definitely sounds better than the Ford. I mean, nothing can beat the V8, so I'm gonna hope in the future we do get the Corvette, but, you know. We have 2 V6 turbos, it's not necessarily bad. Just, anybody can agree that a V8 sounds better than a V6. Yeah, this car is so smooth. Baseline set out of the box, there's a little bit of understeer into it, but not too bad. If you're not overdriving the corners, it's so easy to drive. struggling with that understeer, but like I said, there's +4 toe in this car on the rear end. I get rid of that, and then it'll probably go right away.
45.26.
Already not too far off the Ford times either. Let's turn that down. Traction control cut button. That's cool. Alright. Again, the gear set's not too bad for Watkins Glen.
.93.
Alright, I'm gonna do one more lap, then probably take that toe out. Maybe take away a click of wing or something. Because the car is stable as hell, but like, if you just overdrive it a little bit, it just plows really bad. But, that +4 toe, that bugs me. Never like to use that much toe ever. See if I can at least get a better lap. Something else I'll have to test too by the end of the day. I saw that they made the off tracks a little more relaxed at Circuit of the Americas and Spa. Have to go test those out. Shouldn't have shifted there.
.22.
Helen Keller can tell you that the Ferrari sounds better. Oh, John. Your hatred for that Ford prototype. See, there's a reason why I gotta run it every once in a while, you know. Hey, if I get frustrated and irritate you, that might mean you might make a mistake during the race, and then I got a possibility to beat you, you know. Hey, this is racing. You gotta crawl and grab for every single position. Yeah, the external sounds, I will say, are a lot better too. Yeah, green and black's my usual colors, but you know the good thing about that is green and black's run on the Patron car, so it fits it. The paint job saved, but the number didn't. We had this problem when the dirt cars came out too, so I don't know about that. Like it'll probably be fixed in a day or two. So let's turn that down. Let's get rid of all this tow. For now, let's just run just that little amount of tow. You are from 0 to 5 for the Ford. I did do a 2, so I'll go ahead and do that for now. Just little minor changes for now. We'll see what it does. This doesn't have the ARB blades in the diameter like a lot of the GT3 cars do, so that's good. I'm gonna just try the tow out right now. I was thinking about doing the blades, but I'll just see how the tow makes it feel. It doesn't like that. Have to play around with the launch controls. I wonder if this has got like that TC option where you can disable it for like 5 seconds. I didn't see anything saying that. It does have a TC cut on the wheel, so might. Oh, that churn-in is so much better. Wow. Taking that rear toe out, taking all that positive toe out, man, this car's a rocket ship now. I noticed that with the Porsche setup, the default one they give you, it's got like +6 positive toe in it. Or +6 toe. I mean, you don't have to say positive after it. And it's like, I got faster when I took all the positive toe out and put the rear ARBs down. And it's like, well, why the heck are you doing that? Did that for both cars so far, and the cars feel better and are faster, so So there you go. First thing you want to do, take the rear toe out of the car. Gotta stop overdriving that corner. Shit, I thought I was in 5th gear. Oops.
.04.
Now I can get into the 44s. I screwed up my Sector 3. In the end, too. I don't think I had a bad Sector 5, but... yeah, I was 500 top, but I made a lot of mistakes there. But look at the way I could tackle that bus stop. That's why I love Watkins Glen, man. The bus stop into the carousel is probably my favorite sequence of corners on any track in the world. I know Watkins Glen typically gets a lot of hate, but I fucking love this track. There we go. I'm in the 44s easy.
44.68.
I love how smooth it is over curbs and bumps. You don't really have to fight it. For GT, I noticed that you'd have to go a little easy over the curbs. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like Audi GT3 bad, but this car doesn't care. Thing is I really like the default springs that they have for this car. I mean, I'll probably test out some other ones, but for this track, these springs are working out really good. Yeah, that's annoying that the rear view camera is split right on the bezel.
45.1.
You know what that means? I just gotta get bigger screens, and that will fix the problem. But I don't really plan to get bigger screens for now, anyway. I got 324s about a stand for it. I don't really care about upgrading right now. I hate to spend all that money and then just get rid of it. It's not a very good idea to talk to the bus stop. I think this is going to be a fun season. So I was hoping these cars were going to be good. And sure enough, man, both these cars are fun. Ferrari's probably easier to drive. I think it's smooth. The baseline set is smooth as butter. I mean, you just gotta remove some of the toe, and it's still smooth and fast. I mean, it had a little bit of understeer in it, so I took the toe out and it got rid of the understeer. So it's gonna make it a lot easier to just get in, hop in, and get going.
.75.
Let's go in the gyro for a little bit. Go see what chat's up to these days. Alright, so might drive spot. Oh, actually, I could kill two birds with one stone. I was gonna say I'll drive spotlight. I wanted to go to a track with nighttime, but hey, I can just do this right away. All right, let's quit that. Load that up. Alright, so what was that about in the garage there? Let me actually save this as Watkins Glen. Because it did feel good. I know for Spy, you typically have the pressures pretty even all around. Yeah, left light LED strip blue. Alright, so let's go. Let's make it two very different colors, orange and purple. Just to see what it's talking about. Is that the strips on the car? Oh, wow. Oh, dude, that's cool. Purple inside my car. That's neat. I like that. Is there anything on the externals? TV chase. Oh yeah, right there. then there's the orange. Oh, that's awesome. iRacing finally added that. That makes me happy. Well, knowing me, I'd have to probably do double green, or probably blue interior would look the best. Oh god, I'm gonna sit here and test those out. Oh, okay, so the interior lights don't change. Alright, I didn't know if it was because they selected purple that the inside looked purple all of a sudden. Oh, it still looks cool though. Actually, wait a minute. We're at Spa here. We're probably going to need a little extra top speed. Let's switch this back. So in the change notes, Spa and Coda, Circuit of the Americas, both got their off tracks relaxed, so I'll have to go out and test those. And since it's nighttime, I'll probably be testing them to their full extent. First one that always got me was this one, so I'm gonna go wide on purpose. Okay, if you touched that curb back there, it was always an off track. That one's gone. Thank God. Wasn't the red and white curb? It was the other part that was paved, but you'd still get a 1x for hitting it. That's freaking awesome already. Alright, what about over here? Well, that should be an off track, so... I was going to test this one too, but the off track up there is still active. The interior of this car freaking looks awesome at night, just saying right now. One that always got me too was this one. I'll have to track out a little bit more on the next lap. You got the headlights right too. I don't even remember what my flash button was. Okay. Oh god, now I'm driving bad. Was it this one? Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's not surprising that the car would have flashing headlights, but I just wanted to make sure. Alright. Let's focus here. Hehehe. I'm gonna go wide here. Not here, there. That was always an off track, and when I went through there last time, that did not give me an off track. Thank God. If you touch the grass, that's one thing, but it's all pavement right there. I think I touched the green there, I'm not sure. amazing that I'm just throwing this car around. Okay, that's still an off track. And that one I'll have to test. The exit of that corner I'll have to test next lap, because that off track's still active, so I wouldn't have showed anyway. Oh, you know what? I should check the exit of that corner, too. Yeah, this Ferrari is ridiculously smooth.
60.95.
I don't think I've had to counter-steer the car very much at all so far. Yeah, even exiting the corner there, just... I floored it in gear 1, and it didn't even do anything. Just like, oh, you want to go? Okay. Dude, you do that in a GT1 car, it'll make you pay in blood. Which it should. GT1 cars are freaking awesome. Okay, so that's still an off track. Might have the brake bias down just a little bit too much. Alright, the exit of this corner is the next one I gotta check. Swing out wide on purpose. Boy, if you touch that pavement at all, it typically gave you an off track, so I think that is a little bit more lenient. It might be like the full tire off or something, but boy, you touched it. You looked at it, and it would give you an off track, so... Yeah, that's gonna be an off track, I figured it would be. Alright. Alright, let's let that talk for a minute. That's a good thing about the about having a spa lap. I have long enough to go do a bathroom break while I'm showing off the car. So yeah, we could adjust the LED lights. How awesome is that? Uh, See, I don't mind the lap. Like I was saying, I was trying to push the limits with the off tracks. So, that's pretty neat. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do now is nothing to do with GTE. In fact, I think I'm going to try out our new short track, which is Myrtle Beach. And I'm going to, as tradition, when I try out a new short track, take my modified out. Right. So, little history, or not history on Myrtle Beach, but a little info on Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is a D-shaped 0.538, I believe, mile track. Banked about 12 degrees, I believe it is. I could be wrong about that. Doesn't have a lot of banking, but it's definitely got more than a flat track. So, alrighty. So, with it being a half mile, let's see here. What track should I start with? First of all, did they even give us a set? Okay. We do have a Myrtle Beach set. So, no rear stagger and almost equal tire pressures. Okay. No dampening. Yeah, we're just gonna use one of mine. In all seriousness, though, let's see. Martinsville would not work too well. That's about the same size. New Smyrna might be a good one. Sobo, Southern National. Stafford might be with a couple adjustments. Thompson might be actually a good start. Let's see. Yeah, let's go try that out. 17s, 21s. Okay. Alright. Gonna just do a caution lap here just to see what the track looks like. I actually haven't been here yet. So it's got these curbs on the inside. Yeah, you're not gonna want to touch those. So turn 3 is where the entrance of Pit Road is. Okay. And here, though, it evens off right about there. So there's a little marks on the wall. Pretty good bend in the front stretch. Okay. Really what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to find just reference points. So, alright, let's get out there for real. Oh, you know what? I don't even know if this has a merge line, but whatever. Okay. Turns are a little bit more sharper than I thought they were going to be. You know what? I think I know what set I want for this, actually, now that I think about it.
17.9.
I don't think I want Thompson. I want 5 flags. I bet 5 flags would do good here to start off. Let's see, you're late afternoon. So. I have to stay to that inside there. I don't know. I'll have to see when we get host and shit what happens. Okay, so this track is definitely nothing that I've dealt with before. That's interesting. Good. Something different. I like it. This may need a set all on its own. I'm probably not going to test too much right now. I'll probably have a setup video for the Tour Modified here sometime this week, but I'm not going to do it right now because this is just a test of the new build, so I don't want to go too crazy. Yeah, that turn one is what's getting me. Turn 3's not too bad. Ooh! Yeah, those inside curves, man, it throws the car. That's something. Boy, and she spun right out too. Yeah, I got the car all the way to the ground, so that's probably why. But okay, so what's the info? 78. All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I'll worry about it later. In terms of making a setup video just for this track. Right now, I just want to show it off and see what it's like. See, right now, I'm actually just trying to find some good reference points. Actually, the turn 3 attenuator is actually a very good reference point for that turn. Turn 1, I'm still trying to figure that out. Oh, well. Ugh. Something tells me I'm going to be playing with fire a lot. Yeah, there we go. Understeer City. Probably needs a little bit of crossweight taken out of it. Let's see. That raises the crossweights. Let me... How much was it off on that one? Okay, so we're definitely not going to need as much crossweight for this one. Might want to squat the front end too. I'm not running telemetry right now, so I'll have to see what the ride heights are. Yeah, back in the day, the bush cars and the trucks used to go here. Unfortunately, the lower class cars have kind of lost their way. I missed it when the trucks and the national cars used to, or the nationwide cars, you know, Bush Series back then used to go to these kind of tracks. I personally think they would benefit from them. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna worry about making a set later. It's incredibly understeery right now, so this actually might require a brand new set. So. Yeah, you can see like coming out of the corner, I'm still kind of playing with the throttle. There's no smoothness. This was my first 12 laps on the track, so ever. So yeah. Let's see what else is in the release notes. Ah, Royce is in the chat. Hey, Royce, how's it going? Let's see, enable preview. There we go. Alright, let's see. Most realistic dynamic track heat behaviors, dynamic environment, brand new shadow maps. Let's see. Dynamic track, tires, rendering, shadows, dirt, play render modes. Dirt late model got a lot of changes. Looks like late model, Lara. Okay. So dirt sprint car, it looks like it was more of modeling updates. And top wing is adjustable in fixed series, that makes sense. Dirt street stock setups have been updated. HBD at Le Mans track configuration, the selection of low downforce package is now mandated, and additional reductions in downforce and drag are applied. A note to this effect has also been included in the garage. As a result, the unmodified low downforce package is available again and suitable for tracks outside Le Mans. Hey, there you go, John. Now the low downforce package doesn't suck anymore for HPD. And of course, it's the season year where stepping out of the HBD full time. Figures. Alright, so the NASCAR cars got 2017 spec updates. And tire and wheel coefficients increase. Okay. Yeah, Xfinity cars. I'm not an expert in those cars, so probably not the best. So you fixed an issue with the digital time display. Numbers were backwards. New track for Myrtle Beach. Volusia billboards have been updated. Fixed some ambient occlusion texture maps. Okay, we could try out Dirt Late Battle at Volusia. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. I'll take the Prolate to Volusia. Oh, whoops. Simulator's already running. There we go. Alright. So I imagine my old setups don't tech anymore. Let's see. Yeah, they don't tech by a mile. Alright, so let's just load up the Volusia setup. Ah, look at that. They're limiting the maximum cambers now. Instead of fixing the tire issues, they're just limiting your maximum cambers. I don't understand that, but whatever. So it looks like the sets have changed quite a bit, because I used the 275 spring back there, and I think that was actually the old default. Oh, nope. It was the 275 spring for Volusia. Now it's up to 350. Probably helps it get rotated. So is it still deck height? Deck height's still 37 inches. Alright. The good thing is they got the deck height down more, because before it was at the limit of high, and you basically wanted this almost as low as you could go on every single track. So they have the toe adjusted right too. I would never run anything below a 1/4 inch toe, or negative 4/16 toe. So they got that right too. Good. Glad to see that the base sets are going to be somewhat competitive, because I hate to see on a short track when sets, like, if you know some, like, 2 or 3 tricks, you automatically gain, like, 6/10. I just think that's a little bit too much, but, I think I ran a little extra axle lead in my car, but maybe I won't fuck with that right now. 14 gallons. What did I run in mine? I ran 10. I think you can get away with like 9 or 10 at Volusia, so let's just put it at 9. Let's lower the deck height. Actually, wait a minute. Crossweight's at 48.7. Okay. 48.7. Alright. So I don't think there were any sound changes. I think it was just all physics updates. Wow, the track is shinier. Track is shinier when there's water on it. Hey, they got rid of the Super Dirt Week sign. That unconfirms big blocks coming to the iRacing. They should be on here. God damn it. Let's get that on there. I'm probably gonna take this car to Williams Grove, but to confirm this. But already it feels better. It feels like you could actually drive it in a straight line without wrestling with it like you usually had to. I can definitely tell a difference. The car does feel different, but it's not like driving a brand new car. Seems to want to gain traction back a little sooner. I don't know if that's just me right now, because I am driving on basically a fully tacky track. So. So yeah, it looks like the setups from last year aren't gonna work anymore, or last season. And yeah, that's kind of what I said in that 360 wingless test and tune video I made like Wednesday, I think it was. So last week, Wednesday at this time, was this is a week 12 video. They're probably gonna change all the other dirt cars. It took about a month and a half, and I figured out basically all the cars except the wingless car, which I did live on the stream, and pretty much just tried to see what translated from the other sprint car to that car.
50.52.
Yeah, it does seem a lot easier to drive in a straight line now, so I think I'm gonna try taking this to Williams Grove, because Williams Grove was the track where this car, like, you could not drive this thing in a straight line. You'd be fighting it all the way down the front stretch. And any late model driver I've ever heard talk about it, and I mean the real life, so like, once the weight settles out of the corner, the car will drive straight all day. So they said it's natural for the car to be upset. You know, you might have to correct it in the straightaway, but they said usually, like, once you get the weight settled and the car's not doing too much, the car would just drive in a straight line for hours. And that was not true last season. Okay.
15.41.
Yeah, let me go ahead and take this to Williams Grove. Alright, let's go on to the Grove. Wonder if the Williams Grove is going to be as shiny as Volusia was. Boy, the light reflecting off the dirt surface, man, that was a lot brighter than it was last season. What changes did they make to the dirt? I remember seeing something about that. Let's see here. Oh, the mean starting track state default usage percentage for dirt races, dirt sessions has been increased. So that basically means that you're going to see more slick tracks more commonly than tacky tracks in the official series, which is very good for the sprint cars because you drive 360s on a tacky surface, it's one lane. So that's actually a very good change. So that might have something to do with night shadow maps have been adjusted, so I don't know. 3 new night shadow map filters have been added in order to increase performance, cost visuals, enable the filter, drop down. But what's the difference between them? I don't know. Anyway. Alright. So let's go to Williams Grove set. It seems like they're using the same spring sets and shock setups for all the tracks. Oh yeah, we also got rear gear options because if you remember, there was a 504 and 486, and now we got all these options in between. Yes! So happy to see that. I'll do what I did before. Do 9 gallons. Put the rear end back down. Tail's right where it needs to be. I'm guessing camber is as high as it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So this is the track where you were just fighting it all the way down the straightaways. So let's see how it is now. Gonna need probably a few warm-up laps here. Haven't drove Williams Grove with the late model in a long time. A little too hard on the brakes on entry, I think. Yeah, I'm barely Barely working on the steering wheel on the straightaways now. Man, you'd be fighting it all the way down, huh? Yeah, it definitely drives different because I used to be able to kind of fling it in like that, and then it would just kind of slide through the corners, and it's gaining grip a lot quicker or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's just it's got more overall understeer. Could be the setup too, because the setups are way different than they were last season. So, what did they use for a spring set here? I know my old set's not gonna tech, but I'm gonna check it out. Use the 250. Okay, let me go ahead and just drop that down. So I'm going to try to maintain the same cross weight, which was 48.7 before the ballast and the fuel got adjusted. Let's put it down 2 clicks. Let's see what it's going to do. So actually, I think that's exactly where it was before. And then what does that do? So this is at 467, 498. It's gonna put it at 460. Alright. So basically all I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get the springs closer to what they were before to just see is the let's actually name this 2017 Season 3 ENET. Just trying to see if it's only the physics have changed, or is it like the setup? Because I used way different springs at this track than before. I wish I could see what axle lead I was using before. I think here I used the positive axle lead. Let's just put +1 in for now. I'm pretty sure this track I used positive lead. One thing I need to do right before a build is I really need to snapshot the setups before and after the changes. Yeah, it's so yeah, that was because the axle lead was neutral, and I think that's what it was. I think for a general rule I was using +3 or +4/16 on the axle lead. I was really getting a lot of oversteer into the car, so it actually is starting to feel like it used to. Drive right down by the wall. Gotta stop hitting that. I'm hitting that turn 1 wall every time. Gotta stop that. Yeah, I could say though the late model does feel better in a straight line. It does still wobble a little bit, but before, man, the car did not like to be driven in a straight line at all. Yeah, I keep hitting the wall because I'm too used to the sprint car. I gotta get that out of my mind. Oops. my wheel's upside down. How long have I been recording? Oh, an hour and 36. Alright. Probably do a couple more laps and then call it for now. But yeah, it feels the late model does feel different overall. What you've learned so far will still help you, but there's just gonna be a couple minor adjustments that you gotta do. Because I'm essentially just driving this car the same way I did last season. I'm not trying to change too much right now.
90.46.
Actually, you know what?
19.42.
I know one change I want to do. Because at Williams Grove, I think I used a 504. So I'm going to do 497. The reason I'm doing that is I noticed that the 491, when I'm in the middle of the corner, it can kind of bog down just a little bit. So now I'm just trying to find a gear that, now I'm trying to find a gear that's not bogging down, but it's not going to top off too early. Because the 504, it would, if you got off the corner really good, it would top off before the turn 1, which not necessarily bad. It stopped you from overdriving the corner, but if you can find just a little extra speed, you know, you might as well take it. God, it feels good. When you execute a perfect slide through a set of corners and dirt, there's nothing in the world like it. Ooh, get off that stupid wall. Get the sprint car mentality out of your mind. No. But yeah, before it seemed to glide a little bit more through the corners. So there's definitely some changes with this car. They're pretty minor though. So hopefully it won't be too much of an adjustment curve. Not curb.
19.3 watts.
I'm like too afraid to get near that wall. Car keeps sticking to it like glue. I love Williams Grove, but I think my favorite combination is Williams Grove sprint car, so I don't drive the late model here too much. So that's why I keep hitting the freaking wall.
90.49.
Okay. Alright, I think that'll be enough for now. But yeah. So there's all the major adjustments to the 2017 Season 3 build. Most of the car updates, you know, outside the ones that I showed here, were mostly just season setups. Updates have been done. The NASCAR, Xfinity, and I think the trucks got 2017 spec updates. Not really great with those cars. It's not very beneficial for me to test them because I just don't drive them enough. I want to, but you know, if I'm gonna learn anything now, it's dirt. I'm dedicated to dirt. I love dirt. Dirt is love. Dirt is life. So yep, Myrtle Beach is the new track. We got the Ford and Ferrari GTE cars respectively. This was a good build overall. Some graphics changes like the dynamic cube mapping. I know I enabled some of that. Yeah, I put the cube map at 1. They're off 0-0 by default, and I just put this up to 1. I didn't notice any FPS drops, so I'll have to see what it's like in a full server. Alrighty, if you guys stuck around to the end, I thank you for watching, and have a great day.